I am convinced that selling technology is by far the best skill ever now and in the future. Like, I am 100% convinced of that. And I'm going to tell you in this video why I think this and why you should consider pursuing this career because this is fucking amazing. Let's take a look. The first thing that comes to my mind when I see this type of companies, Microsoft, IBM, or Oracle, is the fact that I have to be a computer science degree or something like that. But if we take a deep look into it, the reason why these companies are huge is because they handle a massive volume of business. In order to handle this massive volume of business and to be competitive, they need people that works in this business. They need people that works selling their products. Because imagine investing thousands of dollars in technology, in your scientists, in all your engineers, but then what you have worked never sells. Imagine being such a huge company with innovative solutions, but nobody's buying your stuff. Or even worse, imagine your clients would rather have their old technology because they don't want to renew it. They don't see the value in what you are creating. So that's why these huge companies, like I just showed you, like this one, or like this one, or like this one, require sales professionals. Of course, you need to have a foundation for these products. You need to understand them. You don't necessarily need to know how to code or how to create them. You don't need to be a code or a coding guru or expert. But you certainly need to have some sort of technical background. That's a fact. Why I say this career is huge and this will be the best skill ever? Because this job is AI proven. Because this job will never end. This job will actually become more and more popular in the following years. It is already popular, but it's not the first thing that would come to your mind when you think about, okay, what I'm gonna do after I end my university. And I think this shit's gonna explode in the next years because you will find that most of the technical based jobs will be replaced by the AI or by automation. But who is selling the AI and the automation? It definitely has to be a salesman, definitely has to be a sales engineer who understands this AI and this automation. So the big money now is on selling this stuff. Even if you want to have an entrepreneurial journey, if you want to be an entrepreneur or a businessman, this career is the closest type of job to an entrepreneurial journey. This is the closest you will be to having your own business because you will sell a product. Right now, it's a product of your company, but who knows in the future, it can be your own product. That's why I also chose this career because it trains me in order to be an entrepreneur in the future. But as well, I mean, it trains me to be that, and at the same time, I'm making money. So it is no brainer for me. So basically, they need people like this. They need the salesman. They need the guy who goes to the clients and talk to them in the table. They have dinner together. They present the products. They go to events. They show presentations of the products. They build the package. They build the offer. They compare prices. They have to evaluate mm, their current situation. They have to find a problem and stuff like that. So let me give you an example of how this works. Like, what do you actually sell? What do these people sell? So let's start by the fundamentals. Okay, so this is a data center. This is where all the technology lives. This is a physical place. We always talk about software. Software is in the air, right? At the end of the day, everything resides in a place like this, a data center. Now, there's here in this data center, you have your hardware, you have your software. This is where you run your AI, automation, SaaS, B2B SaaS stuff. Everything runs here. So if you work selling technology for a huge company, you will work on selling these machines. This is the base level of the whole infrastructure in technology runs on this type of machines. Let me give you a look. For example, we have Oracle Spark. We have this stuff, Hitachi, Dell, IBM, Oracle. A lot of these companies sell machines, they sell hardware. And one of these little things can cost a lot of money. Like I'm talking about tickets from above $200,000, $500,000, $1 million. And of course, this type of sales won't be that simple. This stuff, in order to be sold, this takes time, this takes months. It can even take half a year in order to close one of these sales. If you want to sell stuff like this, of course, you have to be a sales professional. It's not cold calling at all. Don't ever think that tech sales is cold calling. No, rather, this is another type of sales. These are enterprise sales. These require professionals. In order to understand this stuff, you have to spend a lot of time learning courses about these products for every brand. As I said, there are a lot of companies that sell this stuff. So basically, after you sell the machine, there is a huge layer above this, which is the software, databases, ERPs, for example, SAP. SAP is well known because it is a huge company and it pays really well to their professionals. Imagine how that would pay to their sales engineers. Imagine how much commission would a salesperson earn if they sell an ERP from SAP to a huge company. And it really depends on the industry. You can sell different ERPs from CRMs, production, inventory, um, you can find a lot of this stuff. This is huge. This is another type of sales inside technology, which is truly rewarding, and the tickets are also huge. What else? What else you can sell? This is Oracle databases. Oracle basically is well known because of the databases they sell, and this also requires a sales engineer. There are teams of a lot of people selling this stuff, and these people have to be truly qualified in order to sell this by the technical side and also by the commercial side. What else you have? This stuff you have Salesforce, also a huge company, huge technology company. You have to sell their platforms to these companies. Once they have the machine, once they have the hardware, they have to run this stuff on it. And of course there is a salesperson, or actually there is a team of salesperson selling this stuff and closing huge deals with companies. Now, what else you will sell if you work selling technology? Licensing. The licensing of software is huge, brother, and it gets renewed every 2 to 3 years, so there is a massive revenue coming recurrently. Besides these ERPs and main platforms databases, you also have softwares like Kaseya, you have Fortinet as well, for cybersecurity stuff. There's also another one called Beam. These companies also have their own sales engineers. So, as you may see, the world is huge and the opportunities are basically everywhere if you are capable to sell technology. Because you can sell in different layers. You can sell the hardware, you can sell the software, you can sell the operating systems, you can sell the ERPs, you can sell the databases, you can sell the licensing, you can even sell the fiber channel cables. You can sell the accessories as well. Everything is surrounded the technology sales industry. And if you want to see more of my journey growing as a sales engineer in technology or selling technology, which for me sounds way more attractive, selling technology or being in enterprise sales, hit the subscribe button because I will show you what is the path to build a profile which can fit in these companies and specifically build to sell their technology.